important to have a plan. Have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this DJ?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss.
But really, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of a macro market. It's just what happens.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom. So we can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to the most friendshipy, most awesomest, most coolest version of Whiskey Wednesday we have done so far. Brendan and I are hanging out over here in Miami. If we could get you guys to put some ones in the chat, if you can hear us, the sound that we've been trying to set up being right next to each other is so janky right now. I'm pretty sure that the folks at home can hear what's going on, but I'm not entirely positive. So ones in the chat if you guys can hear us. And if you can't hear us, well, then I guess we'll just figure it out as we go. I'm seeing that Luna C Point has put a 1 in the chat, so that's freaking awesome. Thank you, Luna, for your feedback. We appreciate it very much. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and welcome to the stream. I'm joined tonight by my fantastic co-host and amigo, Mr. Brendan, the Anonymous Bean. By the way, my name is Will Stevenson. For those of you guys that don't know me, I'm an iron worker that travels the states building TV and radio towers, and I go and visit degenerates from time to time. But yeah, life is good. But anyways, I'm joined by Mr. Brendan, who is literally to my side right over here. Mr. Brendan Broski, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm going to give my own little DGen Roundtable intro. Welcome to the DGen Roundtable, your go-to show for the wild world of cryptocurrency and economic markets. Join us as we dive into the latest news, unpack the market moves, drink a little bit of whiskey, and share unfiltered takes on where this crazy ride is headed. Buckle up, DGens. Let's talk money, memes, macro markets, and everything in between.
That's a good intro, bro. I like that. That's fantastic.
So Will didn't know that I had written an intro for the few times that I've hosted the show. In the early days, I hosted quite a bit, but Will's such a great host that I acquiesced to him because he's so good at it.
You are too kind, good sir. You are too kind. And speaking of things that are too kind, we are joined tonight by some lovely folks at home. Before I do the chat shoutouts, I actually have to run down to my truck and go grab the chat shoutouts paper.
I will talk.
While I do that, Brendan, take the steering wheel for a second.
Yeah, so tonight's interesting because our setup is, as he said, a little janky. That is Will with a pirate sword, yes. So Will's visiting us. We're kind of in a gated community where we live. And I'll just wave over here. Hello, everybody. It's very interesting. And so, like, the rules are like, okay, you can park on the street, like on the roadway, as long as your one tire's on the roadway, one tire's on the sidewalk. So I'm like, okay, we'll park here. But I don't know if you've seen Will's truck. There's a lot of shit in it. It looks like a commercial vehicle, but it's not. Look at the license plate. It's a residential vehicle. So he's parked legally. But the security calls my wife and is like, hey, you got to move this truck. It's past hours. It's a commercial vehicle. And I'm like, honey, it's not. And I'm a man of principle. So if they're going to tell us to move a truck that is parked properly, we are going to give them some shit. So we had Will put his pirate flag, which goes up like 20 feet, his pirate flag on top of his truck. And then I was like, you know what? We have to stream. I don't want my wife to have to argue with the security. So, Will, just put your truck in the driveway. But nonetheless, my wife was like, look, I go to battle. If you want me to go to battle, I'm going to go to battle. And that's a good wife. It's a good person to have. So, Will, I think you have something to say to the people.
Ladies and germs, it's time for chat motherfucking shout-outs. It's everyone's. Oh, man, it blocks it on this one, too. It thinks it's. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's chat motherfucking shout-outs times, ladies and germs. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you that hangs out with us. And we're going to let you guys know how much we love you by shouting you out as we read through the chat. So let's take a look I'm working on a brand new laptop that I've never used before. So we're joined first and foremost today by Mr. Slide 180, my good friend Josh. Mr. Slide 180 gives us the cheers. Good to see you, broski.
We can do that. By the way,
right back at you.
after we do the chat shout-outs, we'll show you everything that we have in our studio to drink this evening.
Oh, man, we've got so much alcohol up here. It's going to be fantastic. But it's good to see you, Josh.
Oh, by the way, also, right when you put the YouTube up, I went to it.
Yeah.
And I was going to be like, let's go, because I was excited that you were coming to visit. And Josh had already posted.
Yeah.
Literally 10 seconds after you posted it. So props to Josh, man.
Yeah.
He's been doing a good job there.
Mm-hmm. We freaking love you, broski. I am so stoked to see you in the near future. And I'm going to be teaching Josh some of the stuff about cryptocurrency and self-custody and wallets and things. So it's going to be awesome. He was coming in at 10:55 Central. So yeah, I'm quite positive that it was not but seconds after I had posted the link in the Telegram that he was hopping in there. So good to see you, Mr. Josh. Glad that we could have you with us tonight. We're also joined by Mr. Smooth Brain Boomstick, Tip'em, and Tip'em and Tell Gents. Good to see. Salut, Slancha, Puls, Nostrovia, all those good words. Glad that we could have you with us tonight as well, Mr. Smooth Brain. We're also joined by the classic Kenturian 54X, who says, "What's up, D-Gens?" What's up to you too, Mr. Kenturian, everyone's favorite pilot, farmer, and dungeon master. Glad that we could have you with us tonight. Dungeon
master, as in games, not as in real life. Although I don't know what his basement's like.
He might have some pretty cool dungeons over there, over at his farm. But yes, Mr. Kenturian 54X is our D&D dungeon master for the Dungeons and D-Gens crew. We have a little group of us, myself, Agent J, Dace, Bradley, and some other gentlemen as well. We all play D&D as a little D-Gen roundtable group, and Mr. Kenturian 54X is the one that leads us through the show and everything. We're also joined by Mr. Moonpilled Rational Optics, who says, "May your drinks be as refreshing as all of these new green candles." Yes, man. I will tell you what, like all this new green. Oh, I love that. That's right. Look at where
it's so perfect,
dude. Holy smokes! I wish I could say that we planned it that way, but that is fan-freaking-tastic. So, for those of you guys that are unaware, Pulsion has been having some crazy cool and awesome green candles lately, and it feels good. And I'm glad that everyone is enjoying it. And these drinks are definitely as refreshing as these candles are. As long as we've been sitting in the bear market and nothing's been happening, it's finally nice to get some upwards momentum. We got Richie out there posting bullish. We've got all sorts of things going on. Everyone's buying up Ethereum. Everything just seems to be happening perfectly, just at the right time. All of these little electronic mailer things are going out. So life is good. We're sitting pretty. We're sitting happy. And cheers to you, Mr. Moonfield Rational Optics, another good real life friend of mine. Glad we could have you with us. We're also joined by Mr. Frank White, who says, "Bang, bang, D-Gen gang. Bang, bang to you too, Mr. Frank White." Glad that we could have you with us, broski. Shout out to Frank White. He is the one, for those of you guys who don't know, if you're new to Pulse Chain, if you go to plstart.me, Frank White is the one who made basically a giant aggregator of all the different links that you can follow in Pulse Chain, whether you're looking to go do some routing, some DEX aggregators with Pateus, whether you want to go find the D-Gen Roundtable community, if you want to go look for the bridge, if you want to go look for Liberty Swap, go find pump tires. All of the links of all the stuff that you can do in Pulse Chain is found at Frank White's website that he made, plstart.me.
And maybe we'll show it later. I've actually talked to a lot of people and brought them there. And for me, I don't Google anything. Even when I know the website from my head, I either go to someone's X and I check the gold check mark, and then I go to pulsestart.me and make sure those addresses match, because at any point, one of my confluences could be incorrect.
Yep.
So it's always good to double check, especially in a bull market, because there's more scammers, more people trying to what happens if someone's X gets hacked, right? Gold check mark or not, and they slightly change that website that you're used to going to. So it's always good to get confluence from multiple sources, and Pulsestart.me is one of the ones that I actually use all of the time. Mm-hmm. So it's really good to double check and make sure you're going right. If I'm going to go to stake something, if I'm going to go make a trade, I want to make sure that I have 2 or 3 different places tell me the address exactly the same, even though I know it off the top of my head. So you can't be too safe, especially in a bull market. You don't want to piss your bags away right now.
And I like that that's what he's saying too there in that other comment is even from the site, always double check for best practices. Always don't ever give permissions from your wallet to a site that you don't know. Always double check things. Yeah, and absolutely, broski. We are glad to have you, and we're glad to give you the kind words. They're not kind words; they're truthful words. So there you go, bro. You have earned them. Shout out to Frank White. We're also joined by Miss Luna C. Point. Hello, Luna C. Point. Glad we could have you. She says, "Hey, gang," with the little heart emoji. Glad to see you, Miss Luna C. Point. Heart emoji right back to you. Mr. Josh gives us an update and lets us know about cheese knives. Absolutely, that's a oh man, that goes all the way back to like the beginning days of YouTube, and when they would take a whole bunch of the Lord of the Rings memes and chop them up. There's the thing about cheese knives in there. So cheese knife right back to you, Mr. Josh. Love that we could see you. And speaking of love, we've got Mr. Moondog coming in saying love and light to the DGens. Love and light right back to you, Mr. Moondog. Shout out to you. Good friend of mine, good real life friend. Mr. Moondog is a very wise person. We're joined by, oh, would you look at that? Mr. Bean, Mr. Brendan of the DGen Roundtable. Game on, bitches. Absolutely right. By the way, thank you, Mr. Frank White, for this beautiful, beautiful, what are they called? Super chats. That's the word. Thank you, sir. That is most fantastic. And that will, that money will certainly be put to good use. I am positive of it. Definitely not on degenning our way through the nights and perhaps drinking our sorrows away. Let's see who else we've got in here. We've got Mr. Ray. The bookmark has HME. Oh, yes, bookmark things as well. So not only should you guys double check addresses, but one of the things that I believe that has helped me. There we go. He has clarified right over there. Yeah, bookmarking has helped. So when you guys save the websites, it's a lot better to just click on the bookmarks. Yep, you guys can't see it right now, but on Brendan's laptop, he's bringing up his giant list of bookmarked pulse links and things. It's good to bookmark this stuff, so that way you don't have to type it into your little like Chrome Explorer thing, and then potentially it comes up with a malicious site that is linked by Google or one of the like the high recommended things. So bookmarking, double checking on Twitter, double checking on like the website aggregators like plstart.me.
Yeah, so for example, today, my laptop's fairly new, and I have not connected most of my cold storage wallets to this laptop. But there were two that I wanted to load up and check a couple things. And so I Googled, Trezor app. Well, I didn't Google it. Like in my computer, you put search, and it's like I put Trezor, and it comes up in the App Store. And I'm like, okay, it comes up in the App Store. That's a good sign. That's not good enough for me. So then I went to X. And I went to the Trezor golden checkmark X. I checked their website, made sure that I had Confluence with my app that it was going to send me to. When I went to their app store, brought me to the exact same location. So I was like, okay, I have Confluence now. I'm okay to download this app for my computer to log my Trezor in. And then I do have one ledger left, which actually I have I have multiple new Trezors in this right in front of me. Like I have a bunch that I've ordered. I've not set them all up yet, but I'm moving away from Ledger 100%. So I have one more Ledger that I need to switch over to one of my new Trezors. But that one again, I logged in, put it in here. Same practice. Check the App Store, go to their gold check mark, and also once I log in, like I have. One of them was like, actually, before you can even log in, we're going to make sure that your device is authorized and legitimate. I hadn't seen that before. That was pretty new. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel good. But I still had my PIN, made me put my PIN in, maybe check everything. So everything was good. All my funds are there. And these are cold storage wallets. Like these ones aren't connected to any of my hot wallets. So there were a couple things that I'm like making some, as we're starting to move into the bull market, I'm like, okay, what is my plan? What am I going to do with this wallet? What am I going to do with this wallet? Am I going to connect it? Am I going to transfer this to a different coin? Or am I just going to keep a couple of these forever? So even today, I was very, very like scared about downloading the wrong app for my crypto wallets.
And the reason that we do this again is just to double check that the thing that we're connecting all of our money to is the thing that it actually purports itself to be. It's not some sort of outside website that looks like it's got the same URL, but like they perhaps switch a capital I with a lowercase l, or they switch a 0 with an O, or they do some other malicious things that lead you to a bad site that as soon as you connect your wallet to it, it drains all your money. That's the reason that we're talking about like Confluence and double checking and making sure that these apps and these sites are the things that they say that they're supposed to be. We're checking multiple sources. We're doing all of our due diligence and, bookmarking all that stuff. Like Ray has said, very good practice. Let's see who else we got here for the chat shoutouts. We're joined by Mr. OBX Reaper, who says, "Hey, fellers, what's up, Mr. OBX? Glad that we could have you with us tonight. It's been a while since I've seen you in the comments, broski. Cheers to you, good sir. Glad that we could have you. We're also joined by a good real life friend of mine, Mr. Crypto Graphics, who was kind enough to make some really awesome DGen Roundtable crypto seed phrase cards. I don't know if I ever showed you those.
Oh, very cool.
But I think I gave those away on some streams. I mailed them out to people, but on his website, he has a whole bunch of, or on his Amazon rather, he makes intro cards for like beginners into the cryptocurrency space. And it's like, hey, this is how you just kind of like start up in the crypto world. So it's very like simple and educational and awesome. So good to see you, Mr. Crypto Graphics. Summer streaming into the bull market.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely, Bill.
We started streaming. We started this show in literally the middle of the bear market where no one wanted to watch crypto. No one wanted to talk about crypto. Like, it was really hard to get engagement and traction. But, we were doing it for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing it to sharpen iron. And if other people wanted to watch and learn, then iron sharpens iron. And this community has grown a lot. I think we have almost 1,500 people subscribe to the channel. We have exactly 420 people in our Telegram chat.
I love
it. Every time someone new comes in, I'm like, I hope they're fake so I can delete them.
Yep.
But if they're not, 421 is great. It'd be better when we get to 469.
Yep.
But nonetheless, it's great. And we started the bear market. Now we're getting to the bull market, and we're excited that other people can be excited soon. This week's been a great week for Pulse Chain Hex. We'll pull up some crypto bubbles and show you some phenomenal things. We'll talk a little bit about ETH today. And we're also going to show you what we're drinking once we finish these chat shoutouts.
Yes. Speaking of the chat shoutouts, we're joined also by our very favorite Funkmaster Hex, the Trailer Park Boys Julian of the Hexco space. Good to see you, Mr. Funkmaster Hex, tuning in from the deck at the lake. Cocktail
very
in
nice.
hand.
I will cheers to you.
We've all got.
But to Will.
Cheers, amigo. Cheers to you too, Mr. Funkmaster Hex. Glad that we could have you with us. Shout out to you, Mr. Funkmaster Hex. I love it, broski. And I believe, we've also got Ray here. Shout out to you, Ray, with the 100%. Absolutely. I think we shouted out Ray earlier. So glad to see. That is all for the chat shout outs. So let's go ahead and move on into the next part of this. So I see you're messing with your tabs here. You were talking about crypto bubbles and things.
Well, before that, good sir, we have to talk to the people about what we're drinking. Well, it is a Whiskey Wednesday.
I can move my camera if that would be helpful.
Whatever you'd like to do. So Will and I just had dinner together with my wife. It was wonderful. One of the things that I was really wanted to make sure is that Will, my wife, and I got to hang out before we streamed together. So hello. So I have a little setup over here. And I've told people many times that I have a very large gin selection. This one I literally just opened today. I have had it. It is called Katie's Showgirl Gin, and it's from Interior, Alaska.
Oh,
by Interior, Alaska, it means what most people would call like the frozen tundra. So this is in Fairbanks. So Fairbanks is in the middle. It's like the last city before you go towards the Arctic Circle into the middle of nowhere. It's small, it's cold, and sometimes it's -60 without the wind chill.
That's awesome that they make gin up there.
So they actually make some really good gin. So this is I actually brought 2 Alaska gins for us to try tonight.
Oh boy.
This I think was my favorite, Katie Showgirl. Really, really good. Small place, old guy. It was like 80. We're just like hanging out there. Me and my wife hanging out. And literally just like, let's taste some gin.
Hell yeah.
So then we have this one, which
Ursa Major. Ooh. That's the Big Dipper, baby.
Yes,
that's
sir.
The bear.
Ursa Major, as you probably know, Alaska is fantastic for looking at stars and constellations, and we saw the best northern lights that we have ever seen. So this is also handcrafted in Alaska, also a little over 40%, established 2012. Now, Ursa Major Distillery was fantastic. They had this beautiful tasting room, they had a fire, they had this great lighting, and really, really top shelf tasting room.
Now I see that it says distilled from cane sugar.
Yeah.
That's not what normal gin is, right? Normal gin is Is it distilled from cane sugar?
Well, there's two things that make gin. One, it has to be distilled from liquor of agricultural origin. So cane sugar is an agricultural product.
Sure.
So as long as the liquor comes from an agricultural source, wheat, corn, cane sugar, that's the base of the alcohol. Now, the second important part that makes gin is that it is predominantly flavored with juniper berries. So the first thing is you make pre-distilled liquor, and then you flavor it with juniper berries.
Oh.
And then after it's predominantly flavored with juniper berries, you can add in any botanical spice, citrus notes that you want, and then add that to the flavor. Now, there are technically 4 ways to make gin. That's the most common. I would say over 90% of gins are made from pre-distilled liquor, mostly vodka usually. This is not vodka, so this is even naturally gluten-free because it's made from cane sugar. And then flavored with juniper berries and then flavored with everything. So I actually have a gin making kit over there. I can't get to it. I don't actually know which box it's in, but I do have a gin making kit. And then last but not least, we have a local Florida gin. This is from Isla Morada. Isla Morada is one of the keys, my favorite key in the Florida Keys.
Okay.
This is their traditional gin. They also make a blue gin, which I've showed on stream before. Small batch, 100% neutral spirits. This one's distilled from corn.
Okay.
So corn, sugar, and wheat. So we have 3 different bases for our gins.
That's awesome. This is going to be a good time. And
then we have a little bit of sipping. So I have a Truly to sip on. And then Will has a Argentinian beer.
The Quilmes? Is that how you pronounce it? Quilmes?
Bro, I have no idea.
I don't know. Argentina. So there you guys go.
Quilmes.
We got some of that good sipping stuff. By the way, while we've been speaking of alcohols and sipping things, we've been joined by my very own brother, Mr. Sam Stevens, who says, like the video, folks, and look at that tray ceiling in Will's house. I wish this was my house. This is not my house. This is Brendan and his wife's house. And I got to say, this is a fantastic and beautiful house. So yes, it is a wonderful tray ceiling. I wish I knew what a tray ceiling was. I presume that means that there's those double stacks or something going up into the air up there. But yep, it is nothing but beautiful over here. So shout out to you, my good brother Sam. Glad that you could join us as well tonight. And I'm clicking the hide button, and it is not hiding the chat. Okay, it might be hiding the chat. All right, so my laptop has not caught up with my phone. Okay, everything is good. All right, there we go. Fantastic. So the other thing that we wanted to cover here early in the morning of the stream, did you want to touch on the crypto bubbles?
Yeah, we could do that.
Can you kind of describe them real quick for the folks at home who've never seen crypto bubbles before?
Yeah. So as you know, every asset either goes up or goes down. If it goes down, it's red. If it goes up, it's green. So in the stock market, you look at each chart individually. What's cool about crypto bubbles is they take all of the top 100 coins, or if you want to look at 101 to 200 or 201 to 300, but 100 coins at a time, unless you make your own. You could also make your own custom crypto bubbles. And it shows you the largest gainers and the worst losers in any specific amount of time. So it could be you put on the day, the week, the month. So days didn't really show me a lot because a day, anyone can be up and down. But a week or a month, that's a much better understanding of what's doing well and what's not.
Yep. And it's been a while since we've done anything with crypto bubbles. Here, let me add that to the stage right quick.
Yeah, let me share this.
And there we are. Look at that. So this is crypto bubbles, everyone.
Yeah, so these are crypto bubbles. So these are the top 100 tokens. Now, I was on crypto bubbles yesterday, and there were 2 tokens on this top 100 by market cap, by the way. So shout out to crypto bubbles for putting Richard Heart ecosystem in the proper market cap. Now, have I actually done the math to see if it's correct? No. But that I see 3 of Richard Heart coins in the top 100, that means they probably do something, less sketchy than CoinGecko or any other, aggregator of crypto prices where they're not actually looking at the market cap properly. So yesterday, only Hex was in the top 100 by market cap. And today, and look, Hex is really hard to calculate market cap because when you stake your Hex, it's deleted. So how do you figure out what Hex's real market cap is if a lot of them are mined or a lot of them are sitting there in staking protocols? It's so I understand like it is hard to figure out Hex's true market value. But even if you just take liquid coins, which I think what they're doing here, you're getting a really high number. Now, when you 100x the Richard ecosystem, whew, but nonetheless, so this is the week. We're on the week here, and these are the coins in the top 100 of all of crypto, all of crypto, that have had the most growth and the most loss. And by the way, you can drag these bubbles. I don't know if you know this.
Oh,
You can drag these to put them where you want.
I didn't know you could do that.
So you have to like drag them through other bubbles. But I like to do this and put all of my favorite biggest winners into the middle together. Get out of here, Doge. Get out of here, Soul. So we gotta like, it's almost like a little puzzle. We gotta like pull some of these away.
Look at Bitcoin, real tiny up there by the month tab up the very top of the screen. Like
there we go.
There's this tiny little Bitcoin bubble just right up there. It's just right next to the word that says week up there in red, up on the very top left up there. It's so tiny. That's Bitcoin right there. So that's what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is
a little bit down.
It's a little bit down. It's not doing anything crazy gains or crazy losses, but like Hex, PulseX, and Pulse looking good, man.
So the larger the circle, the more gain they've had, or the larger the red circle, the more loss they've had in the past week. So Bitcoin hasn't changed much. It's pretty much neutral, but it's funny to watch it so small compared to Hex, PulseX, and Pulse. So I have not hidden any tokens. We've seen CryptoRand hide Hex before. We've seen them hide Pulse. We've seen them hide PulseX. We're not hiding anything. These are the top 100 most largest crypto by market cap. Biggest gainers. That's pretty interesting. When was the last time you saw Richard ecosystem?
Man, it's been a while.
Be the top 3 gainers.
It's been at least a year, I would say, or something like that. I know that there was one time where Hex did something crazy, or maybe it was PulseX while everything else was doing a whole lot of nothing. But it's really cool to see just like the things that are in our little world doing better than everything else in the crypto space. And it's like we've just been sitting down in the dumps for so fucking long that it's like we finally get a little bit of dopamine. So you've switched it over to the monthly time.
Now I've switched over to the month.
Yep.
And these are still 3 of the top 5 gainers in the top 100.
Yep.
So CFX, Pengu, shout out to Jay. There are a few people in our community that are big Pengu fans. Some of us bought it at the lows. I don't have a lot of Pengu, but I do have some Pengu, and it's been very good to me. I don't even know what
Enya.
Sure. What do you call that? Not familiar with this protocol.
I've heard of
it. I just haven't looked into it deeply. Yeah, not deeply. So Hex, 157% in a month. PulseX also over double in a month. Pulse also over double in a month. So if you're like me and you have a lot of all 3 of those, you have your portfolio is looking much better. However, Pulse is still half SAC price. PulseX is still 4/10 of SAC price. And Hex, well, eHex was 55 cents at the height of the last bull market. So Hex on Pulse Chain, in my opinion, if Richard wants glory, needs to hit at least 55 cents, and it's at 1.4 cents currently. I can look at that right now.
That's basically 50x away. You know, it's a long ways away from where we're at now, but that seems to be the common consensus. A whole bunch of normal people is that if they want to take Hex seriously, then it's like, okay, you got to at least touch the last all-time high. There's plenty of other tokens and plenty of other coins that have made their all-time high or exceeded their all-time high. Dogecoin, for instance, compared against Bitcoin, has created a new all-time high. XRP, shout out to all the XRP army out there. I'm personally not an XRP owner, but XRP they did very well when they basically got skipped the entire last bull market. And so like XRP didn't see any action in the last 4 years. And then they finally get like a nice little 5x pump just out of nowhere. Earlier, I want to say it was in like November or something when XRP did their like just crazy swoop up into the sky. But
and then they hit like new all-time highs in April.
Yep.
And now they're back down. I think they were like 375 or something like that.
Yep.
But they're, shout out to the people that are in XRP. I knew it was going to make a lot of money, but I did not want to invest in XRP because I don't I don't believe in what they're doing, and I don't believe
The company.
in the
Ripple.
company.
Oh yeah, they did
And
make
so,
a new
like-
all-time high. Look at that.
Yeah, it's come back down now, but
Yeah.
it was up at, I can pull this up on Deck Screener.
You can also
Nonetheless,
switch if
I
you want
don't
to
care.
share that tab. I don't know if it doesn't look like there's any doxing info, but anyways, XRP did some really cool. Yeah, so there's a graph of XRP. You guys can
Over
see,
350. Yeah.
there's that little middle blip right there that you see about 4 years ago. That was XRP basically getting skipped in the last Bitcoin cycle, and so they didn't make a new all-time high. But now XRP is going back to new all-time highs. So it's like, or they've made a new all-time high, and they've tested down a little bit since then. But like, it's good to see things happening for the XRP people, because it's like, hey, if you just stick around for 8 years and you've got like a community of crazy rabid followers, then like, I want to shout Sami out for this, because this is pretty much his thesis, is my understanding, is like, as long as you've got people that are talking about and pushing for the thing, then you'll have relevance and you'll have marketing, you'll have people talking about it, and then other people will buy it. So
Yeah.
it's good to see XRP. It's kind of one of those nice little stories that I like.
So look at this. 3rd of November 2024 up to recently, when it hit new all-time highs, 715% gain. That's a nice win.
Yeah.
If anyone bought XRP and truly believed in it at the lows. I feel like I don't believe in XRP. I believe in XRP. I think it's going to do well because it's within the banking system, and TradFi has adopted it. I don't appreciate what they are. They're a centralized dump on your community.
Oh, the Ripple company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't and by the way, they wanted to be the only ones that were approved by the government, the central banking system. So they were like trying to get no one else approved. They didn't want DeFi in there. They're
very abrasive.
They're literally like, we are the only crypto that could be used by the banking system. I've been told we're the best crypto of all time. I've been told this.
Nose is high in the air.
Yeah. So I'm not a big fan, but there's no doubt that this is a phenomenal increase. And you had to hold 8 years, almost 6 years to get that. But I guess my point is, the one thing about the XRP community, the true believers, and the Richard Hart community, is we were both in depression for a very long time. Like, even post their win from the SEC, they went up and then like all the way back down to depression again. So really, they had nothing. Like, this little pump was I think this little pump here in 23 was when they beat the SEC. And so it looked massive green candle if we zoom in here. Like, it looks
at the time.
And sorry, I'm not on trading view, so this is hard, but like, that's a massive green candle. We're just measuring that one green candle,
and then it just kind of petered down over the days that it was following.
Like, one green candle at 2x, like more than a 2x. That's crazy. But then just back down, and then they shot up, and good for the holders that believed. And I just want to bring this back to Pulse Chain and Pulse X and the Richard ecosystem. Like, there've been a lot of believers here in the ecosystem that have held. I know our community and a lot of people that we talk to, a lot of people that are here are believing. We're now starting to see green candles, and what we haven't even seen yet? We haven't even seen this massive marketing campaign that Richard Hart has sent out. Well, not maybe Richard Hart, but he has approved of this marketing campaign that someone is sending out to the masses. And I heard over 200,000 devices are going to be hitting port in the United States in 2.5 weeks. And they're all going through nonprofits. So this is all nonprofit giving away. Therefore, no one can be individually hurt or demonetized, because it is given away by nonprofits. So that's good. And by the way, out of all of the countries that these devices want to be shipped to, the United States has already set up with multiple Pulse Chain and Hex nonprofits that they could work through. So it's not a surprise that the first container is landing in the US of fucking A.
It's going to be cool, man. I want to give a quick little shout out here to Mr. B.
Oh, yeah. Dan, there you go.
DGens, what a time to be in bubble times in the RH ecosystem, right before the all-time marketing show led by the greatest of all time, Richard Hart himself. So yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Like, one of the things that I love about the bubbles the most is that a lot of the large key opinion leaders in the crypto space, a lot of the big streamers like Rand, like Sami, like Ivan on Tech, the altcoin daily guys, all these gentlemen, they use the bubbles all the time. And so if they just absentmindedly pull up the bubble, Pulsex, the 3 Richard Hart ecosystem tokens, they're all doing phenomenal compared to everything else. That's some more free marketing that we can just throw right in the sack there. So you bring up an excellent point, Mr. Beyond All. Thank you for your input, broski.
Do we have a new person on stream?
A new person on stream? I don't see. No.
Oh, we have producer laptop.
Yeah, that is producer laptop. Yeah, so that is my fancy.
It is actually showing on stream now. I didn't realize that.
Yep. So I put the producer laptop in the in the host spot. But yeah, I think it might even be covering up the bartender label. I didn't look at the camera.
That's okay. I mean, I'm not. So I was just looking at DJ Roundtable and the shrimp because the name had come off. I couldn't see the name. I was like, oh, who joined us? Anyway, by the way, if anyone wants to join, tonight is a free for all. We can talk about Hex. We can talk about Pulse Chain. We can talk about Ethereum, which we'll get to here in a bit. We can talk about liquor. We can talk about Quicka. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm 3 weeks left in Miami, and I'm really happy that Will was able to visit me again here. Last time it was about year and a half, 2 years ago. I think it was the end of 2023, October maybe.
Cardano conference.
Cardano conference, which I spoke at.
Yep. So yeah, that was a great conference, by the way. I quite enjoyed meeting all the people really should go out and do real life events, whether it's going and meeting up with folks in the community, whether it's going to conferences, whether it's doing something like go out there and like touch grass, shake hands, kiss babies, do all the stuff. Come join the stream. That's one way to do it as well. Click on that little link right there. But we had a lot of fun at the Cardano conference. There was a lot of cool people there. There was a lot of interesting presentations. There was a lot of not so interesting presentations. I got to say, I liked your presentation the most, Brendan. That one was the coolest. But yeah, like last time I was down here in Miami, it's got to have been just about 2 years ago. And
so it was October 23, so yeah, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro.
And still to this day, one of the best weekends I've had in Miami. So cheers to that.
That was so much fun. Cheers to that, bro. Absolutely. Oh, I love how the screens collide at the perfect point.
It's almost like we're not together, and then you see your shoulder, and you know we are together.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun, and it's good to have you down here before I move. I don't want to say where I'm moving exactly.
Yep. Brendan's going to he's blasting off to Antarctica. That's where he's going to go take up his residence. He's going to go be living with all the penguins.
Yeah.
And
I have Starlink, so I can work anywhere.
But yeah, man. So yeah, guys, hop on the show if y'all want to chill out with us. Y'all want to hang out. We'll sit here and run our mouths for a little bit and talk about some of the stuff that's on our mind. But this show is for people to come on and say hello and talk about what they're thinking about, and very similar to the captain's Hex. What is the effing hangout that he does over there on the Chat with the Captain show? So if y'all have any sort of thoughts, any sort of questions, feel free, come on over here, hang out. We're getting blitzed. We're having a good time.
Oh, we haven't even told them what we're drinking. Oh, we did tell them.
We did tell them a little bit.
Okay, well, I have a question. Which one should we taste first? You want to try one of the Alaska ones first?
Yeah, let's do the. I think that we should do the Ursa Major because it's a big bottle, and we should save the little bottle for afterwards, just like a little bit tipsy.
Yes.
I think you should also explain to the folks at home who might not have seen before how you properly taste gin, because there's a process.
Well, that process, my friend, we're actually tasting whiskey earlier. So that was whiskey that we were tasting.
Oh, okay.
That's whiskey tasting. Yeah. So when I was in Ireland, Irlandia, me and my wife, we went to Tullamore Distillery. It's the most cutting edge whiskey distillery in the world. Mm-hmm. And I was able to, with the tasting, it had just opened. Like it literally just opened, brand new. Couldn't even take a picture inside of any building. It was that cutting edge. You weren't even allowed a picture. Ooh. They're like, no phones, don't even take your phones out. They were like, that strict. Phenomenal place. But at the end of the tour, you could actually blend your own whiskey. So you could take all of the whiskeys that they have, and you could make your own whiskey. And so you actually tasted the whiskey that I blended myself earlier, and that was fun. So
that was delicious.
You taste whiskey differently than gin.
Okay. So you just shoot it back to the face?
Well, we're actually going to do one little ice cube.
So
gin should actually, at its best, to open up the flavor, should maybe not just an ice cube, but a little bit of cooled drink. So we each have one little ice cube, and we got the Ursa Major. Ooh, it's already open.
Hey, look at that.
By the way, we went to a Mexican restaurant before this, and we had a giant margarita.
Oh man, yeah.
By the way, that food was good. How was your
Yeah, wonderful.
camarones
Yeah, I had
quesadilla?
shrimp quesadillas, man. Those were delicious. All right. This one's for me.
So yeah, you just smell this normally. You can smell it the same way. So you put your nose in it. Instead of breathing in through your nose, mostly smells like alcohol. Actually, breathe in through your mouth.
So you put your nose in the glass and you
Breathe in
inhale
through your mouth.
through your mouth, and that like kind of
It opens up your airways, and you smell it through your nose, but you smell a full flavor rather than just the small, most powerful little scent.
That's cool how that works.
This doesn't have a lot of scent to it,
Mhm.
so I do sometimes just smell it with my nose. So there's not much there, but when you taste it, you just sip it a little bit.
Slancha.
Slancha.
So this is a sipping gin, not a shooting gin.
Well, you could shoot it, but if you want to taste it, I like to just take a little taste.
Mhm.
It sits on your tongue first. If you shoot it, it generally goes right to the back of your throat, so you don't actually get the full flavor.
And this is the cane sugar one, right?
This one is from cane sugar,
'Cause
correct?
It smears it a little bit sweet.
It is a little sweet, yes, and that is because of the cane sugar.
That makes sense.
It's also a little bit lighter than gin. Most gin's 46 proof. I'm sorry, most gin is 90 proof. This gin's 81 proof, so it's a little bit lighter on the alcohol side as well.
Okay.
Let's finish it up.
I like it. Look at us. Definitely. Oh man. We've had a DGen hop on in the chats here whilst we were making some delicious drinks. We got Mr. Hexkin Lost in Asia. DGens, who's selling Hex?
Nobody, baby.
I'll tell you what.
Absolutely nobody. Have you seen those bubbles?
Man, I've seen a lot of crazy emergency end stakes. There was a big payday Hex stake that emergency end staked. I don't know if you'd seen this.
No.
But, it came up on one of the Whale Watcher things on Twitter, but it was 3.5 billion Hex emergency end staked from a big payday. So for those of you guys that don't know, if you staked Hex before big payday, you get a massive payout of Hex if you wait all the way to the end. And if you don't wait all the way to the end, then what happens when you emergency end stake, when you break that contract, when you break that promise, it says, I'm going to lock up these coins for all these years. What it does is it gives you a little bit of the payout. I think that the guy got a negative 2% ROI, return on his investment, from his initial. So all of his extra.
So he's like, I broke even.
Barely. Yeah, he just barely missed breaking
Terrible
even.
idea.
And well, maybe he just wanted to get out. So I can't say what he wanted to do, but I will say that all of that extra Hex that he would have gotten has gone to the rest of the staker class that continues.
I got some ladder stakes out there. It's good for me.
There you go. It's good for you. It's good for me. I've got tons of Quattro Cincos, and everyone who's got T-shares, you basically got a nice big old fat payout thanks to these whales and these degens that are out there, breaking their contracts to themselves. I see that you have a screen share pulled up. Do you want me to go ahead and click that on screen for us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's take
So
a
since we
look.
brought up the crypto bubbles and showed the pulse chain Hex, this is the new pulse chain app, which we showed on Sunday.
That's a beautiful website.
It's a beautiful website. I've heard some people say, was this website purposely look like shit to wash people out? Like crappy website, crappy chart.
I mean, could have fooled me, man.
2 years to wait. After 2 weeks, we had to wait 2 years for it to actually launch, and then 2 years for it to even see anything. And we're still half stack price from Pulse and 4/10 of stack price from PulseX. But one of the things that I really like about this new website, besides just the beauty and simplicity of it, is that you can see how much Pulse has gone up since the all-time low.
Mm-hmm.
And Pulse didn't go down as low as some of the others, but it's also not that coin that's going to pump as heavily as others. So these are my core four. I call them my core four. Some people call it different things. Some people core three. For me, these are the core four. And if they're on the main part of Pulse Chain website, I think it's a good consideration that these are the core four.
The core four, you mean like the foundation on which all of like Pulse Chain is built? Like
correct.
The main building blocks.
The core four Richard Hart coins. Okay. And that does not include EHEX because EHEX is not on Pulse Chain. Mm-hmm. So Pulse up 124% since the lows.
Ooh, it's got little descriptions underneath.
Yes,
it does. That's pretty cool. So
this is the gas token. This is what you need to actually make transactions here.
Yep.
You have PulseX, which literally, bro, it just buys and burns.
Yep. It's the same thing as Pancake Swap or Uniswap if it was what it was supposed to be.
Yep. You have incentive, which is the token that you get for staking, and then you have Hex, which is not an APY. It is a mining protocol. So you mine your own rewards, which actually makes sense. But what I like about this is that actually you could choose what your time frame is here. So we could do 30 days like we did before, 101, 153, 60%, or you could do all-time lows. And I think, and this is what it defaults to. So when people come to the Pulse Chain website, it's going to default to all-time lows, and they're going to see these crazy large numbers. This is what you call marketing. This is something that draws people's attention to the chain. So yeah, sure, if it said 3 months, it might not look as good, although that looks freaking good to me too. 6 months, not as good. 1 year, well, Hex looks good.
Yeah.
PulseX looks good. But all-time lows, now that looks beautiful.
Yeah, because you measure from the worst point. So if you were buying the token when everyone was selling, when everyone was like, oh my God, this is a horrible thing. If you happen to have some extra cash in pocket at this time, which, it's a different time horizon for each of them. But like if you were buying Pulse at the all-time low, you're up 125%. Like incentive, you're up 500%. That's a 6x. If you were buying PulseX at the low, you're up 360%. That's almost a 5x. This is ridiculous. Hex, 342% from the all-time low.
Yeah.
This is crazy cool. And it's awesome to show people what they could have done if they were paying attention and they were buying when everyone else was not believing. So this is like one of those age-old sayings where it's like it's about buying the lows, catching the knives, and selling the highs. You gotta be paying attention.
Also, it shows. Look at PulseX. Look how much has been burned. So you got a total burn here too. I don't know if you've noticed this before.
I haven't seen that. So for the folks at home who are unfamiliar with what PulseX means, like that token represents the exchange on Pulse Chain. The main exchange is the PulseX exchange, where you can buy and sell one token for another. Every transaction has a small fee that goes and it buys this one particular token, the PulseX token, buys it off the market and destroys it forever. There's only X, Y, and Z number of them that were created to begin with ever. And every single day that people are buying and selling, ABC token for 123 token, it takes a little bit of that ABC 123 and it uses it to buy PulseX off the market and burn it forever.
I think 22% of every fee.
Yeah, 22%
of every fee.
Yeah, of every fee. So like when you look at the fees, if the fee is like 0.01% or 0.03%, I can't remember what it is, but it's like it's insignificant from the consumer standpoint at the point of sale. But when you combine hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of activity altogether, it's like it's literally buying these things off of the shelf and throwing them away, and nobody else can get them anymore. So if you want tokens that are just constantly deflating, that are never going to inflate, then PulseX might be the one for you. And currently, it's burned $50 million worth.
Almost $60 million.
Almost $60 million.
At the current low prices, by the way.
Yeah.
Imagine this 10x from now.
Yeah.
That's $500 million burned.
Fucking nuts. Man.
But so I still like to pay attention to this. 1.5 trillion tokens burned. And that's incredible.
Yeah, man. That's like 7% of the total supply. That's like, congratulations, you can now no longer get 7% of these things. And, we're still in what we would consider to be the bear market. So the prices aren't as high as we presume they're going to be. So if you want to get these tokens before they're gone, then now's like probably a decent-ish time to do it if you presume that the tokens are going to get higher later on. Now, obviously, there's going to be a bear market at some point, and we don't know how low the next bear market's going to go. But right now, we're beginning to see the effects of the start of the bull run for these particular tokens. At least that's what it seems like to me anyways. So
you can also change from the dollar to these tokens in the price of Pulse Chain.
Ooh.
So all PulseX, Inc., and Hex have all done pretty well against Pulse Chain since their all-time low.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that in the last 3 months they've been as good, or 30 days. But overall, all-time lows, they're doing pretty well against Pulse.
We got some comments from the folks at home. We got Mr. OBX Reaper, who is dumb enough to think that Richard Hart has not been cooking. That's a good point right there.
I love that.
It is so the idea behind this is like when you don't see actions from a person that's not doing anything, it's like, oh, perhaps they've died, perhaps they're not doing anything. And they've abandoned the chain that they call awesome, and then people call them scammers. And what this does is this then encourages people to sell the assets that they have in this thing, because it's like, oh, the founder has abandoned it, everything is lost, everything is gone. It turns into like a cult-like mentality. But what the end result is the only people that hold on to the tokens are the people that really, really believe in them, that really, really like them. And those are the guys that get rewarded later on in the cycle because they held during the lows, they were buying during the lows, while everyone else was taking like the news information at face value, being like, oh, Richard's gone, Richard's a scammer, blah-de-da-de-da-de-da. Them selling on that news, they now no longer have the same position sizes that they used to. Their positions are either all gone or they've been dramatically decreased in like the amount that they would have been able to sell at the top if they'd have stayed in. But what this does is it gets out the people that would hurt your upwards price momentum as you start dumping money into the ecosystem. So it's freaking great, broski. But yeah, so there you go. Who is dumb enough to think that RH has not been cooking? He's certainly been cooking, because we're seeing these prices do some crazy cool things.
Might as well go through the rest of these chats because there's a few coming in.
I figure mine as well. Yeah. So we've also got Mr. Farmer J, otherwise known as Brown, who says, West up, back to you, broski. Love you, Farmer J. Glad that we can have you with us as well. Miss you on book club, but you're still awesome, bro. I love it. The Core 4 has a good sound. I agree. I do like the Core 4.
You know, I've been saying Core 4 for a long time.
Yeah.
I may have been, I started saying that before I heard anyone else saying it.
Other people.
I don't want to say that I was the first to do it, but I've been calling it the Core 4 for I don't know.
You're the one that I remember
over a year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years almost. And I believe in it. I believe the Core 4 is something that everyone should have some of.
Absolutely.
At least one of those Core 4s.
Yeah. If you're gonna be in the ecosystem, then it pays to have the stuff that everyone uses and everyone all agrees with.
Now, personally, I have all 4, but I have my percentage of those in the one that I think is gonna do the best, second best, third best, fourth best, and I have quite a bit of EHEX as well, because I want a piece of all of Richard Hart coins because I think they're all gonna do well, and I don't want to think that I know it all, so I'd rather just have some of all of them and see what happens.
Speaking of having some of it all and seeing what happens, we're joined by also Mr. Crispy Man, who says it should have staked 5, 5, 5, 5. So there's my tattoo right there on my saluting hand. I did it purposefully so that every time I salute, like you can see the Quattro Cinco right there.
And by the way, Will's visiting me here in Miami, and on his truck, he has on the back, it has a hex sticker, and it says, and then it has a 5, 5, 5, 5, and it has a DGen Roundtable sticker, which I really liked. And on the side of the truck, near the passenger entrance, passenger door, it also has a 5, 5, 5, 5. So if you ever questioned Mr. Will Stevenson's dedication to the 15-year El Staco, I ask you to question again.
I've got tattoos, I've got stickers, I've got it on the blockchain. There is proof out there that exists.
And he told me the amount of percentage, which I'm not going to dox any percentages, but he told me the percentage that he had taken 5, 5, 5, 5, and I guarantee you it is more than any other person in all of Hexaco. I bet he has the most percentage of his bag staked 5, 5, 5, 5 compared to anyone else.
I'll go ahead and say
he said fuck ladder stakes. He said, give me 5, 5, 5, 5.
I'm not terribly concerned about the doxing and whatnot. This is
a percentage. Anyway. It's not a dollar amount.
75% of my portfolio is all Quattro Cinco stakes. And I did that because in the beginning, I really liked the idea. And I knew that if I didn't do it to start off with, then I would probably never do it. And so as soon as I bought into Hex, I just staked all of it out. Now I did a bunch of test stakes in the beginning. I did like a 1 day, a 1 month, a 1 year. And then the rest were all like Quattro Cinco. And I've done some fun numbers here and there in between. But 75% of my entire portfolio is Quattro Cinco staked Hex. So 75% of my portfolio, like I can't touch. It's all T-chairs. And Yeah, and I'm there's probably some people out there that have more Quattro Cinco hex stakes than me, but
I don't know about percentage wise.
maybe I don't know, man.
Most people are ladder staking from 1 to 15. So
yeah. But I will say that is like the lion's share. I figure that like if I'm gonna do any sort of staking, then fuck it, I'm just gonna max it out and I'll just find a way to make money in the meantime. But yeah, I do like the Quattro Cinco hex stakes. And Mr. OBX Reaper.
I'll also say though, like even if you have a Quattro Cinco now, you have other ways to get money out of it. So all of these beautiful protocols that are built within Pulse Chain, like Actuator and other things.
The icosahedron protocol, you can also sell them to the contract, and then other people can auction.
Yep.
Like
which I try to bid for them. I never get them.
Yeah,
never get them. I'm trying to get some Quattro Cinco more.
Dude, it's so hard to win those auctions on the damn site. I don't know why. I think that people like bots.
I think it's botted.
Yeah,
I really feel like because in the beginning it didn't feel that way when I was first started to.
I was able to get quite a
bid
few
for those. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I bid for some. Now it just seems like everything's a bot and it's impossible to win.
Everything waits to the last like 30 seconds and then it re-ups the thing. So you literally have to just sit in front of your computer if you're doing it manually and like type in the stuff and approve the transactions every single, because it resets the timer, if it goes down to the last second. Anyway, it's obnoxious and I can't stand it. But yeah, like there are ways that you can extract value out of your Quattro Cinco hex stakes using the Actuator protocol, using the icosahedron protocol, turning it into an NFT, and then selling it on the open market on like OpenSea or OpenSea is how people used to do it in the past. On Pulse Chain, you have Mintra, but other things. But I wanted to address Mr. OBX here. He said the last generation can't wrap their heads around it, Crispy. I will agree that as far as staking the Quattro Cinco, it is something that I think with the origin address staking all of the hex that it did, there is a new meaning to the Quattro hex or the Quattro Cinco hex stake. So there's a new way for the generations to interpret it, and I would say that it's closer to like a Roth IRA or a 401k than it was like the crazy degenerate gambling that it was in the beginning, where you could get 40% APY for like the first 4 or 5 years of hex being around. It's like, hey, congratulations, you want 40% per year? Like, go stake your hex out Quattro Cinco. If you wanted like 8% per year, you could stake it out for like 2 to 3 years or something like that. But nowadays, with all the origin address staking, like you're looking at getting 5 to 10% APY. And Crispy Man would be a better source for information on this because he does.
Depending on how long you're going to stake it, I feel like if you're staking more than 5 years, you're still doing pretty well. But if you're doing short stakes, I'll be honest, I was doing rolling stakes for 1 month, and they were paying me the same as like what people are getting paid for like 5-year stakes.
Yeah.
Why would I put out 5 years if I'm getting the same amount for 1 month? So I understand why something had to change to get people to either stake long or stay liquid. But my plan has changed. I mean, I still have my ladder stakes out there. I have my ones on ETH that I had staked out before the protocol forked over, and so now I have ETH and Pulse Chain. But yeah, I don't have as many 555s as you, but they are fun.
It is.
They make me feel like when I click that button for a 15-year stake, I'm like,
now you're stuck. You're part of the community.
I'm like,
you can't escape.
I'm like, future self, you're welcome.
I'll fucking drink to that. Speaking of drinking to things, we're also joined by Mr. Dennis Atkin, another real life friend of mine who I've met up with, who says Miami. Absolutely right, broski.
Dennis, did you ever get a place in South Florida? If you did, you better let me know because I'm only here for 3 more weeks, and I would love to see you if you're around. So shoot me a message on Telegram. It would be great to see you. If you come down to Miami, I'll take you out to some nice places. All on me, of course. And in Hexaco.
I want to give a shout out to Dennis. Dennis is the first Hexican that I ever met.
In person.
Yes,
yeah, wow.
Correct. Shout out to you, Dennis, if you're watching right now. I presume you are, broski, but Dennis is the first Hexican that I ever met. We went axe throwing because Dennis does a lot of travel for his line of work. And that's all I'll say about that. And he met up with me at one of the places where I was at, as I do a lot of travel and things. And so it was really cool. And we went axe throwing and we were hanging out and drinking and having a great time. Oh, it was so cool hanging out with Dennis. So Dennis, if you're in the Miami area, broski, link up with Brendan. You guys would get along perfectly well. I think you guys got a lot in common, and it would be super cool and super awesome. So glad that you are with us here tonight. Ooh, look at that. He is responding to us in real time. Yes, sir. I guess he is in the South Florida area. So there we go. And he's letting us know that he loves us. We love you too, Mr. Dennis Atkin. Freaking awesome dude there.
So yeah, I think last year, maybe around October,
Mhm.
he was saying that maybe he's looking for a place
Mhm.
in sort of the South Florida area, and we talked a lot.
Yeah.
Told him my wife's from Colombia, Bogota.
Yeah.
And he was looking for another place. So I didn't know if he actually got a place down here or not, but
Yeah.
honestly, Dennis, please shoot me a message. And in the next 3 weeks, I'd love to see if you're in South Florida at any of those times. We can grab a cigar. We can go to one of my lounges. We can go to one of my private lounges. We can do whatever we want.
Yes, I think Dennis and I got cigars as well. It was a good time, broski. I miss you, dude. I hope you're doing great, by the way. I got to leave Florida tonight, but I hope that you and Brendan have an excellent time. And speaking of people having an excellent time, we've also been joined by Miss Tam Tam, #1 Pulse Chain cheerleader, who says, "Hello, my lovelies. Hello to you too, Tam Tam. Glad that we could have you with us tonight. Cheers to Tam Tam. Cheers to all the folks in the chats. Ooh,
Might be time to try some
Katie's
Showgirl.
Kate Showgirl. Let's do it. Let me make sure that there is not a whole lot more chats. Ooh,
One more chat. All right.
Yeah, we've got Mr. OBX Reaper, who is saying, I was keeping my EHEX stakes and staked all my PHEX copies for the kids' inheritance. I think they're winning.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely right, bro. I love it.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong with that. And then Farmer Brown, if you make Cuatro Cinco stakes every 6 months, then you have a good ladder. Yes, that is correct. And you just have to wait 15 years for that ladder to start. And then you're literally just maxing out the maximum number that you can take. So absolutely, dude. Is there more?
Couple more?
Man, there are more underneath.
I love the chats tonight, by
Yes.
the way. Everyone's on fire with the chat.
Cigars with Will was the best. Absolutely, bro. I think that we went to Chamberlain's was the place that I took you to. I'd gone there several times.
I've heard of that place before.
Yep. It's a good time.
It's like famous.
Beautiful steak dinners, and they have a
It's
cigar
very
bar.
it's very famous.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a cigar bar.
Yep.
I knew
Cigar bar
the
is
famous
attached.
steakhouse.
Yeah, it is wonderful. I like it, and me and Dennis went there. We had a great time. We're also joined by Mr. Hexglen, who says, hello, hey, guys. What's up? Hey to you too, Mr. Hexglen. Good we could have you with us tonight. And then finally, Paul Sachs. Rumor is each Cuatro Cinco hex steak gives you a Red Bull-sized fun for 1 month.
I mean, it
There
depends.
you go,
It depends if you're 4 inches or 14, but yeah.
You'll have to talk to the people that are involved in those sorts of decisions. But it's good to see you, Mr. Paul Sachs. Glad that we could have you with us too tonight, Broski. Everyone, make sure that you and consume plenty of caffeine and plenty of alcohol tonight. We're having a fun time.
Yeah, I'll say, ever since we started this channel, it's been up and down on how many viewers we get each night. But I just am very thankful for every single person that watches our show.
Mhm.
And so every one of you that are in the chat, like, that means so much to me. Like, this is the most chats I think we've had on a Whiskey Wednesday in quite some time. I'm gonna go over to YouTube. We got 30 people watching on YouTube. How many got an X on YouTube? Does it show on your
I don't
thing
know
there?
how to see it over here on my computer. Oh, there we go. So we've got 34. There's 7 over on
X.
on Twitter X, and then we've got 27 on YouTube right now. So that's freaking fantastic. Shout out to all you guys on YouTube. We freaking love you all. We love you all on X too. Y'all are awesome as well. But the YouTube, unless you're using X on a computer, you can't comment while the stream is happening. So
Yeah.
if you want to be on X and comment during live streams, you have to unfortunately use a desktop or a laptop or something of that nature. So we don't really get to shout out a whole lot of the folks on X all the time unless they're watching us on desktop. But it's freaking awesome. I think it's is it time for some Kates? Let's see what be a showgirl. Oh, that's what that says.
Yeah. I can't pull it off, but I'll just do this.
Fairbanks Distilling. Yeah. Oh, that is beautiful.
It's a little too bright.
Oh no.
But it says be a showgirl.
Yep.
So this is Kate's showgirl. I think it's named after his wife, who used to be a stripper.
There you
I'm
go.
joking. I made that up. I have no idea what this is named after.
That's a good story. We like the good stories.
But I literally just opened this tonight. It's a small bottle. It's a 375. I don't know the last time that next time I'm gonna get to Alaska. So ooh, that smells good. Much stronger scent than the last one, right?
Okay.
So this is a little bit more unique.
Can't smell very well.
That's okay. It could taste just fine.
It tastes just fine.
Let's do a small ice cube in each, just to get a little bit of coldness. Swish that around a little bit. A little smelly. I smell a little bit of Black Star anise in here.
Black Star anise. What is that? Is that a herb?
That is what black licorice is flavored from.
Oh, okay.
And I do not like the flavor of Black Star anise, but I know that I like this gin because I've had it before, but the smell is not what I remember.
So breathe in through the mouth. There we go. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's excellent.
That's good.
Excellent. Balanced, complex.
It's like the least pine
A lot of flavors.
I wish I had the words to describe what I'm tasting, but I don't know how to say the things.
I could say
it's very good gin. Yeah. Very good gin.
So in the front of the tongue, you get a little bit of cardamom, you get a bit of just a touch of anise, not overpowering. You get a little hint of citrus, which balances out the spice. You almost taste no juniper, which is interesting for a gin.
I can taste the citrus on the aftertaste.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. As it goes back to your tongue, you get a little bit of citrus, which actually that strong bite in the front, when you get that citrus, it balances it out as it goes down your throat.
It's good. How fascinating. It always blows my mind how much
very good.
How
very
much
good
detail and stuff is in the world that I don't even know that I don't know. That's fantastic.
So Ursa Major. In fact, I have both of these in my gin diary. We could read my original reviews.
Ooh.
When I was, sober, and let's read. Why don't we read them both? That's
gin
interesting.
diary.
Yeah.
So you keep track of all the notes on all the different gins that you taste.
Well, at least 100 so far.
Yeah,
that's 100 so far.
That's pretty good.
And that's not all the gins I've tasted. Those are only the gins that I have actually done.
That you remembered and enjoyed.
Well, no, I only do gin tastes and diary when I have not had other drink.
Okay.
So if I've had more than one
cleansed palate,
when I've done more than one drink, I do not do it. So we can search here. We can search for Ursa.
Ursa Major.
Ursa Major. So this is my Ursa Major. So on the scent, we have light and juniper forward with a little bit of cypress or spruce flavor with a hint of citrus. That's what I smelled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an expert, by the way. And then taste, juniper and spruce, which that was the first one. Definitely had that juniper spruce flavor to it. Forward with maybe a little coriander or cardamom, so more spice, and a hint of citrus for balance, maybe lemon peel or lemongrass. That was my notes for the Ursa Major.
7.7 out of 10.
I had a 7.7 out of 10 on that one. So the Kate's Showgirl, let's see if I have that. I hope I have that. Fairbanks Distillery Gin.
I like that.
Don't know.
That's a good accurate description.
And then this is the Fairbanks Distillery Gin, Kate's Showgirl. Very smooth with the sweet notes and a hint of coriander, spices, and some lemon peel or citrus. Taste, a well-balanced gin, a little sweet forward with citrus notes and coriander and spice that brings a nice balance to the back of the tongue. So I'm at each of these places I tasted multiple gins. I don't think that tasting note was from Kate's Showgirl. I think it was probably from their Fairbanks Distillery Gin. But I would have bought this one because this was my favorite.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually rate this one. Probably because I already had fair amount of gins.
Well, that's okay.
But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what I do, gin. And it's kind of fun. So.
Well, keeping track of these notes and doing it over and over again. You mentioned that you're not an expert now, but that's like the sort of thing that will make you an expert. Is just doing it over and over, and then documenting it, and then learning from it, and trying the new things. Like that's the difference between, the amateurs and the not amateurs. Is not amateurs move past the stage of just being lackadaisical about it. That's the wrong word, but you know the direction I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So the next thing that we want to talk about.
So I keep looking at Pulse Chain. So
yeah,
since yesterday and the day before, I have been focused on the half sack price for Pulse Chain. I feel like if it hits half sack, we are going higher. It has been very, very close to that 4 zeros and a 5.
Yep.
It is currently now at 4 zeros, 4948.
Yep.
And it even got to like 4 zeros, 49, like 75. So it got really close to the half of sack price, but it has not hit there. And so I said that in our chat earlier today when Apex Hex Jeff said that Pulse Chain had broke through resistance, and I was like, I'm waiting for the half stack price. I think that's a mental and also it is a point of resistance on the charts. So we haven't broken through that yet. If we break through it, I think we go higher in the next couple of days. I think we get another nice pump. And look, I don't think Pulse Chain is leading the charge right now. Obviously, it's been Hex.
Absolutely.
But if you look at each coin individually, Pulse Chain needs to break that half stack price. One of the things that can help Pulse Chain is the Ethereum price. Ethereum has been doing well.
Want me to pull this up?
I have not shared it yet.
Okay.
Ethereum's been doing well. It's currently back over 3,800. It's been knocking at the door of 4,000, right near its all-time highs. And even though it looks like it's been red the last couple of days, both Bitcoin and Ethereum have been consolidating around the 118,000 price for Bitcoin and the $3,800 price for Ethereum, which, by the way, is ultra bullish. If you're consolidating near your all-time highs, that means what, Will? You're going higher.
Yeah.
Most likely.
If you're chilling. If you're chilling around.
Essentially, they're now building support, what could be future support at close to current all-time high prices. So that is really bullish for the future. Like, as we were really rolling up high in Bitcoin in the beginning, we were saying like, hey, it would be nice if we had some levels that we were building resistance at rather than just like going through the roof, no real pullbacks. And so seeing some of this chopping, like I wouldn't mind if it was even another week or more to build again more of this foundation, more support so that the next leg up higher is harder to come back down lower. So these are good things. And Ethereum's price obviously is very much connected to Pulse Chain because one,
it's a copy. It's like
it's a fork.
Fork.
It's not an exact copy. Fork. The chain is copied. The tokenomics are not fully copied.
You are on screen.
So here we have the strategic ETH reserve, which, by the way, we were the first streamers to bring this website up.
As I recall,
it
was you and I. Mostly you. I was just the guy that was on the show.
It was us.
This was our baby. It was the strategic.
And every time I come to this website, it updates more. Like this is updated more since I saw it yesterday. So I love that they're working hard. It's nice. It's easy to work hard in a bull market, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wish they had a strategic reserve. When it was in the bear market, they didn't start a channel in the bear market, but nonetheless, shout out to Fab the Dot ETH.
Yep.
So I think when we pull this up on Sunday, this total strategic ETH reserve was at like 2.3 million. So it's gone up almost 0.5 in 3 days.
That's like 20%, something like that.
I think it was around 8 billion, and now it's at 10 billion. So yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
In both. So when we pulled it up last time, Pulse Chain was number 4 still. When we first pulled this up, Pulse Chain was number 2 behind the Ethereum Foundation. And then it quickly went to 3, and now it is at 5. Still top 5, which is great. But look at the inflows at some of the exactly.
It's fucking nuts.
Bitmine, 283% in 30 days. They're now at 625,000 Ethereum. Think about this. If you had 625,000 Ethereum and you stake that out as a solar miner, staker, you're making a shit ton of ETH per day. And that's what's actually I really like about the prospect of, from a business standpoint, from a company standpoint, the prospect of buying ETH and just staking it. You don't have to sell algorithms.
You do fucking nothing.
You don't need to have a lot of energy. You just buy and hold.
Yeah.
That's perfect for these companies, ETFs, people that literally want something that appreciates in price over 10 years, and then it pays you out on top of your increase in price over 10 years. Like, this is wonderful.
Now, for the normies like you and me, that like we're not hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars, right? This sort of like staking your Ethereum doesn't make sense because you're risking 1 unit to make 0.04 of a unit. But when you've got $2.3 billion, $1.6 billion for both Bitmine and SharpLink respectively, then like 4% APY, that's a significant chunk of change. that your company is just making simply by securing and empowering the Ethereum network. Now, one of the things that also I'm fairly positive that both of these companies we're talking about doing is they each want to hold 5% of the total supply of
Give or
Ethereum.
take, yeah.
So that's 10%. When you take these two companies that are at the top, two of these companies buying 5% of the Ethereum off the market and staking it, and then holding onto the well, presumably holding it. Like there's no expectation of what they're going to do. I presume they'd hold on to the Ethereum winnings that they get, and perhaps they sell some at the top. But they're essentially doing what Michael Saylor's doing with Bitcoin, but just better with Ethereum that is cheaper right now, way easier to get, and way less overbought and oversaturated than Bitcoin. So I think that this is going to be a really cool future that we got looking here. And I am a little bit sad to see Pulse Chain moving further and further down on that list. But at the same time, it's like, it's freaking awesome that there's two very real, very large traditional finance companies out there essentially buying up our bags, or buying up the thing that is closely related and highly correlated and highly liquidity paired with our bags, which will just, as the tide rises, it lifts all ships kind of thing.
And let's not forget that there is a Pulse Chain SAC. So as Ethereum goes up, the money that can be pumped into the Pulse Chain ecosystem also goes up. So
yep.
You mentioned that Bitmine and SharpLink, say they only get like 3 or 4% each.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the companies can make up the difference. So we could literally have 10 to 15% of the entire ETH supply held by corporate entities.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about ETFs here.
Yeah.
We're only talking about corporate entities.
Yeah.
Now, Bitmine, they said they want to own 5%.
Mm-hmm.
I love this, by the way. This is new. This was added in the last week.
Ooh, they got
the percentage of supply that they own. They only own 0.5% of the supply.
They're a tenth of the way there.
So Bitmine wants to 10x their holdings of Ethereum.
Oh man.
SharpLink wants to 15x their holdings of Ethereum.
That's cool.
How can you not be bullish on Ethereum? If you're bullish on Ethereum, how can you not even be more bullish on the Pulse Chain ecosystem and the Hex ecosystem? Because mass marketing, green candles, all of the dumpers are gone. I was told by Richard Hart the weekends are out.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't take 50 weeks. Like you said, it took 2 years. So never believe a timetable. 2 weeks could be 2 years. But understand the words that they're saying. I'm not going to pump something until everyone that doesn't believe in it is out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I believe, what Richard was waiting for. Not that he's the sole proprietor or sole builder or sole pumper of Pulse Chain. But every time it pumps a little bit, if there's a big whale that wants to exit, it's going to be hard to get the price up, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you drink too much, it's kind of hard to get it up sometimes. That ever happened to me, but but outside of Bitmine and SharpLink, Ether Machine, they were down below. Now they're literally 1.27 billion. They're a 0.25% of the supply. Bit Digital up 335%. BTSC Inc. up almost 400% in the last 30 days. So like there were just huge inflows into the strategic Ether reserve. And again, these numbers do not include the ETFs. They have the ETFs up here.
Mm-hmm.
So $32 billion, $8.5 million ETH, which is about 7% of the supply.
Yeah. Total supply is about 120 million. So
sorry. So this is larger than that.
Yeah.
So
it's close enough.
Yeah, close enough. My point is still the same. Wild. So the amount that they've accumulated is like, okay, wow, we can't get any better than this. But they all want to accumulate 10x more or 15x more. So we have barely even scratched the surface with ETH.
Mm-hmm.
I had my original ETH price target for this bull market was 9,000 to 12,000.
Mm-hmm.
I've not wavered one day on that. I know many people have capitulated even when ETH was looking like it was terrible. Solana was pumping, XRP was pumping, Cardano was pumping. ETH looked like crap. However, ETH is the big dog in the altcoin room, and when ETH pumps, altcoins pump, and we've noticed that since ETH has pumped. Other chains can have individual pumps, but they don't pull up the entire alt market in themselves. Because Ethereum is 75% of all of the protocols that are built in DeFi. Pulse Chain is highly correlated because of liquidity and Hart's law. So we talk a lot about Ethereum, Will and I, because it affects our bags a lot as people that hold Richard Hart coins. So I think this is incredible. And they even have a news ticker up here now. This is also new.
Look at that. that just acquired more.
Yeah, but they were late on that.
DMNR.
I knew that for like a day before they actually updated that.
That's cool though. I do like the tickers.
Yes, so this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So look, Ethereum is still ultra bullish. I mean, consolidating close to all-time highs. I mean, that just shows how high it's going to go. Look, even if it just doubles from all-time highs, it gets to 8,000. The Pulse Chain sacrifice would then get to 1.3, 1.4 billion dollars. Shit,
It's a big chunk of change.
I heard Richard Hart say recently that there's dry powder ready to explode. Was he talking about the Pulse Chain sack wallet, or just people coming in through the massive marketing campaign?
Could
or
be
both?
a whole bunch of stuff. Could be he might specifically be speaking about his downstairs neighbor who makes all these sandwiches. There could be there's a whole bunch of stuff that we have no idea. Like it's the what would you call it? The unknown unknowns in the space. So I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm super stoked to see where we get.
Can we pull up Farmer Jay's comment from 909?
Yes.
We're talking about liquor.
Yes, here we go. So at 9:09, he judges his alcohol based on which neighbor alley he wakes up in.
I believe he's saying that he sleeps in a tent on the streets.
Yes, everyone knows Mr. Farmer Jay sleeps in a tent under the 405, and he enjoys it, and he has a great time. I enjoy
His tent's air conditioned, though.
Yep, he's got a fancy one. You also come on over to the DGen Roundtable Telegram and chit chat with Farmer Jay. You can see the stickers that he posts in there. I made a special sticker for you, Farmer Jay, of the tent with the AC.
He used to come on stream. I haven't seen him recently.
Yep.
Maybe his Wi-Fi in his tent neighborhood is.
They shut down the public library next to his tent city or something like that. It's good to see you, Farmer Jay. Glad that we can have you with us as well. We're also joined by Miss Amber Simon. Miss Amber Simon says hello. Hello to you too, Miss Amber.
And shout out to Amber Simon. You know, she's watching, she's learning, she's soaking it all up, she's getting excited, and she hasn't been onboarded like a lot of us through like Cultivate Crypto, or she's doing her own thing, and I really appreciate that. And she's creating her own knowledge base, her own foundation, and that she's always here listening to us.
Yep.
I appreciate that. So
it's awesome.
Good to see you, Amber.
It's great to see.
Hopefully one day we see you at the meetup. We originally said there was going to be a DRT meetup in Q4 this year.
Yep.
We thought there was going to be post bull run. The bull run seems like it's running longer, so we may have probably going to have a DGen Roundtable meetup some point next year, Q1, Q2.
Yep.
I don't know what that's going to look like. Depends on the market. Look, we want our meetup to be like height of the market, post market, so everyone can come, everyone can enjoy, and we can have some serious fun.
It's got to be we got to be a bit wealthier than we are now. We're still in the down ouchy bad times, but we're watching the prices go up, so it's feeling better and the portfolios are climbing. But yeah, it would be irresponsible to have a meetup when we're all down bad and we're spending money on hanging out with each other rather than investing in our future and taking some of those winnings and some of those profits and moving into better places. But yeah, so we've covered the strategic Ethereum reserve. We've covered the crypto bubbles. Is there anything else on your mind that you wanted to talk about tonight? By the way, guys, reminder, the invite to hop on the channel or to hop on stream with us still stands. I'm going to have to scroll up through these comments to find where I put that link at. Actually, I can probably just Control-C, Control-V, right? Oh, look at that right there. I can just paste it live into the comments right now. If y'all feel like hopping on stream with us, then this would be the way to do it. You just click on this StreamYard link right here. It'll bring you into the green room, and I'll add you up on stage with us. We're only going to be live here for a little bit longer, so now is the time to come see and come say hi if y'all are feeling like chitting and chatting. But is there anything else that was on your mind, Mr. Brennan, that you wanted to talk about today?
Well, these were the most important things that I wanted to talk about. ETH, Pulse Chain. I mean, I'm excited. Like, Pulse Chain's pumping. We don't have a listing. We have Liberty Swap, which got some people excited about a Binance listing, and we didn't really think that was going to happen, but it was fun to think about. I definitely was dreaming about it, even though I did not expect it to happen. I don't like that type of marketing where it gets me excited about something, but nonetheless, Liberty Swap Finance is bringing a lot of money into the ecosystem. And if you read their white paper, I'm not going to go through it tonight. Maybe we'll go through it on Sunday, because I feel like white papers and things like that are more of a flagship show. But if you go to the white paper in Liberty Swap Finance, there is something that is very cool when it comes to what they're building. Because I don't think, even though they don't have necessarily a roadmap that I've seen, They do talk about things that they can do.
What are some of the more interesting things you've seen in the white paper?
Well,
you've been going through it.
One of the most unique things is called a manual send.
A manual send.
Yes. So you do not have to connect your wallet. You do not have to do anything. It's completely like off the grid. I mean, obviously still in the blockchain.
Yeah.
But you don't have to connect your wallet. Have you ever sent coins without connecting your wallet to something?
I have not.
Nor have I. So I will read this because I just pulled it up because you asked me.
Okay.
And it's called manual send. Description. This method allows users to conduct swaps without connecting their wallets. Unique deposit addresses are generated for each transaction. So essentially, they create a wallet. The coins go into this wallet, and then they get sent to something else. So essentially, it's almost like a privacy feature that doesn't show what wallets are being sent to what wallets. So it creates two wallets that look like they're going to each other, enabling users to send funds manually. No wallet connection required. Approximately 2 to 5 minutes speed. It costs a little bit more expensive than a manual than a traditional send because a little bit more anonymity. They create wallets that are there. You could still trace it, but if you don't have significant effort and the expertise to really dive deep into wallets, you really won't be able to track someone's wallet or their sends or their transfers. There's also private swaps. There's a complete private mode. Again, the reason I say like this feels like a white paper is because I tried to find this on their website and I could not actually find it anywhere on Liberty Swap. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And they also say that you can swap Solana, but Solana is not on there as well. So like there are things that they say you can do that just aren't there yet.
I wonder if it's possible with the code, but the user interface doesn't support it yet. I wonder if you can go straight onto a block explorer and
certainly
copy paste a code execution.
Certainly possible, but with Solana, like all of the things that you can bridge from are usually on the front page. So they have Base, they have Ethereum, they have Binance, which is BSC, they have Arbitrum, and then Pulse Chain, and then you can even use Binance from USDT. So they don't have Solana, and I was trying to bridge from Solana the other day, and I pulled up multiple of their expos that say all the changes that you can use to send into Pulse Chain, and Solana has always been on those posts, but it's not actually here. So I don't know if they're trying to still work. This is beta, right?
Yeah.
So another thing is this isn't fully done yet.
Yeah.
So the white paper is, hey, this is what we're building. And so when it's not beta, I hope all these features are available. But I do want to go to these features a little bit more in depth because once they're available, I really think they're game changers. I think they're very unique when it comes to decentralized finance, where it's like, okay, your decentralized finance, even if you know the wallet or you know who someone's wallet, it's like, okay, you follow this wallet forever. We do this. We know people that do this with Richard Hart's wallets that are all the big wallets in Pulse Chain. But if you can see those wallets and what they hold, but you can't tell where they're sending them to, I love that privacy aspect. Not because I care if you see where I'm sending something, but I care in the future when the government is trying to look at this blockchain to see where we're sending things. It's not about now; it's about the future for me. And we need these protocols. Like when we're going to act, if we actually want to buy and sell things and trade things on blockchain, we might not want to see people to see what we're buying, selling, and trading. And so we need these privacy protocols. And that Liberty Swap is actually building what looks like one of the most privacy protocols in Pulse Chain. I'm super bullish on that. And I can't wait till the beta is done and they have all of these, all of the things that they're building out in their white paper. Because right now, I think Cardano in their sort of sister chain that's being built on it, Midnight is going to be one of the first. It's not the first. There's plenty other protocols that are privacy based, but this is going to be the biggest on one of the top chains. So I think it's huge.
There was on the subject of privacy, there was a really, really great speech by Peter Van Valkenburg. It was a keynote from the Ethereum Foundation speech. I want to say that it was posted up earlier in 2024, but it was a talk about a world where everyone lives in glass houses and why protocols like Tornado Cash, Railgun, Liberty Swap, why privacy protocols, Monero, ZKZX, ZKP2P, all
Yeah,
these.
so those are some of the first ones that started.
Mhm.
Yes.
And they did a really great speech that really breaks down all the concepts for all the normal folks that don't necessarily understand why privacy in financial transaction is important, and what are like the principles of privacy, the principles of transaction stuff. So I'll give them a shout out. They're way more popular than I, but I found them. I think that Richard Hart is the one that posted the link a long time ago. So if any of you guys are interested in listening to that, just look up the Tornado Cash Glass House speech at the Ethereum Foundation by Peter Van Valkenburg. Super fantastic video. Highly recommend that everyone watch if you're any sort of confliction on what's going on with privacy and things like that. So if Liberty Swap starts introducing that and putting that into their protocol, then that would just be one more fantastic thing to add on to the already big basket of fantastic stuff on Pulse Chain that is crazy underpriced because, we've had a long and tiresome bear market. I want to bring up Mr. Beyond All's comment.
Make some good comments tonight, by the way.
Yes, he has. Shout out to you, Beyond All. The match is nearly struck is my new favorite line, and gives me hope that good times after gloomy holding days are behind us, or are ahead of us, are ahead of us.
Yes, and that was from, again, Richard Hart's most bullish tweet that I think he has ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that comment, and I love that you're bringing it, because there's a lot of bullishness within that tweet. Man, I almost just want to read the tweet again.
That was the Monkey Yeti tweet. Yeah, you want to bring it up?
Should I read this tweet again?
Yeah, go ahead. While you're bringing that up,
you go through the rest.
I'm gonna shout out Mr. Pokidoo right here. Pokidoo says, "What's up to you too, Mr. Pokidoo?" But we've got a really cool tweet here from Richard Hart. For those of you guys that have not seen it, or have not heard it, or have not read it, it was the abominable snowman with the monkey riding tweet that folks might be pretty familiar with. Here it is right here. So I got you pulled up, Brendan.
So this is literally, I think personally, I've watched a lot of Richard Hart's videos, maybe all of them. I wouldn't say all of them. I've watched most of his videos, and he says a lot of bullish stuff in them. This is the most bullish thing I think I've ever heard him say, because this isn't about the future, which he often talks about. This isn't about, what he's going to do. This is about right now. This is about, like, we are ready to ride a rocket ship to Hexco. So I'll just read this. I know people can read for themselves, but some people do listen to us while they work or while they're doing their farming, and they don't always have the ability to read. So we like to read what we're showing.
Yep.
He posted this on July 27th, so 3 days ago, right as Pulse Chain and Hex and all our ecosystems really started to take off. So crypto, what are you going to do when mass marketing starts ripping your faces off? No mass marketing yet, but it's coming. People are going to hear about Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and Hex, and Pump.tires directly before they hear about anything else. Notice he didn't say ink. They're going to hold something in their hands that works great and is impressive. Something they're not going to throw away, which is always the worry when you mail something to someone. Most of the stuff that goes into my mailbox goes directly into my trash. But if it's something that's unique, something that catches my eye,
it's battery powered,
I generally want to look at it. I generally want to open it. Hex did a 10,000x in price the first time. That was eHex. While being murdered with deca millions in fees to ETH. Now Pulse Chain exists. And when Pulse goes up, Hex goes up. Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Pump Tires, they all reinforce each other. They're a symbiotic relationship. Coin burning everywhere you look. It's amazing. Dry powder ready to explode. So that's one thing that catches my eye. Dry powder ready to explode. Is that the dry powder in the SAC fund wallet? Is that dry powder that is going to come in through mass marketing? Is it a bit of both? That's like a statement that could mean a lot of different things.
The beauty of it is that it's ambiguous, and so you can guess all sorts of things and tell all sorts of stories, and it gives you as the listener a lot of sovereignty to come up with your own explanations that are probably more fun and exciting and real from a marketing perspective than the actual truth. Let's be honest, like the truth is nothing compared to good marketing. Doesn't matter what the actual world is. What matters is the way that people tell ideas and concepts and notions to other folks in such a way that gets them excited and want to participate. Doesn't matter how awesome things are. Doesn't matter how cool things are. Think of the last time you went to McDonald's and you looked at that billboard that had that big, juicy, delicious, deluxe, shiny, golden, crispy lettuce burger on it, right? And much like who was it? Not Michael Keaton. Oh man, in the movie Stand Up or Stand Down, the dude that like goes on a crazy murder spree. Anyways, Michael Douglas. So tell me, what's this sorry squashed thing he says when he walks into the burger place, and he's like describing the beautiful picture and then showing them the actual burger they make him. It doesn't matter what the truth is. What matters is the things that people see and that makes people have a feeling in order that they go and they buy something. So with him saying the dry powder is ready to explode, it's not telling you what dry powder. It's not telling you if it's yours, if it's his, if it's future investors. Right? This gives you the ability to go and create your own stories and go and do your own marketing, get other people excited and get other people into the game before it starts, pumping and doing crazy things. Theoretically, again, nothing that we talk about on the show is financial advice. This is all just speculation, and we're just a couple of yoo-hoos on the internet sharing our feelings and pointing at things that we see. So we're not experts. We're not anything special. We're just people that are looking at stuff. So
we're experts at having fun.
We are experts at having fun. I'll fucking drink to that. I'll have me some drink. We're experts at having fun. But carry on with this.
So I don't think it matters where the dry powder is coming. If dry powder is coming in and ready to explode, that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. So like that's the bullish part that I take of it. And then my favorite part of this entire thing, one of my favorites, is the weak hands shaken out violently. Like, don't shake your babies that way. Shake out the weak hands that way.
Yeah.
And look, it is hard when you have so many tokens in the ecosystem that are worth so much. And if they don't believe and they want to sell on a 2x or they want to sell on any little pump, look, this is the largest pump we've had since Pulse Chain got to SAC that one time. That we didn't have a pump and people just instantly selling it down. Pump, instantly selling it down. So when he says weak hands shaken out violently, and then we have a pump and no one's selling, it seems like there's validity to that.
It's a good sign.
Seems like there's validity to that. And then amazing designs and reliability with years of track record. And then Beyond All's favorite line, the match is nearly struck. That means we haven't even begun yet. That means we are still living in darkness, people. And we are waiting for the fire, the flame, to lighten our life, to bring us to the future that is Hexagon Pulse Chain. Be ready for greatness. And haters, you might as well. I think he meant you might. You might as well get your memes ready because you're going to be very butthurt.
Yep. And then he's got scroll down to the picture of the.
I don't even know what this damn picture is.
I don't know.
I think he's trying to get the monkey off his back.
I thought it was about they're going to be very butthurt. That's what I thought it was. But yeah.
But there's like a monkey on this thing's back, and he's like holding on for dear life. He's trying to get it off.
It didn't make any sense to me. It's like, why is this the picture you choose? But you know what?
And season greetings of all things.
Yes. Yep. So hey, fucking Merry Christmas.
Maybe he's saying bye Christmas. Like, is this a sign?
Well, it was like a couple days after Christmas in July was my reason.
No, I know, but this could be something that we don't. Like, no one has looked at this season greetings and had any thought process about it.
Touché.
This could mean something.
It could.
Look, it doesn't mean PETA is going to $1. For gosh sakes, okay? But it could mean something. It could be some hidden message there. I just love that every message they find
every hidden message equals this thing that I have decided previously. Who knows what's going to happen?
Anyway, phenomenal post. Have you ever seen something more bullish from Richard Hart that got you more excited?
No,
that has pumped the ecosystem.
I've also never been more sad as a result of the things happening in an ecosystem. So my sadness combined with the bullish post definitely makes this the most like extreme case scenario for all of these things.
Man, I've been bullish since day one. No way. Richard Hart Max. You didn't have to do that, buddy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Pull him up. Pull him up.
Oh,
super
snap.
chat.
Oh,
Super
my
chat.
goodness. Here we go. All right. Hang on.
I think he needs to see your tattoo for the super chat.
Here you go, RH Max. You get a Quattro Cinco
Pull it back a
tattoo.
little bit. Yeah, there you go.
There
Perfect,
we
right
go.
There
I
you
got to get the lighting just right. You have to
5555.
bear with me. I'm dealing with a rugged laptop touch.
He's traveling. He's actually at my house right now.
Pad here. So,
So for those of you who don't know, Will's literally sitting in my bedroom.
yes.
As you can see, I don't like to show our bedroom. But this is normally where I stream from. This is like, I don't normally have my background on, but since Richard Hart Max built this beautiful background for Pulse X, and the last couple of streams we've been mostly focused on Pulse X, and Hex, I thought it was worthwhile. So shout out to him. Really putting out great content, really bringing a lot of great people to the space. And man, thank you so much for this Quattro Cinco steak.
Thank you.
Will not only has a 555. You might not have been here when he said it. He said that 75% of his entire portfolio is locked up in Quattro Cinco steaks.
That is correct.
I love that.
Yep.
There's nobody that believes more in this ecosystem or chart than a person that has 75% of their coins locked up in Quattro Cinco steaks.
I would be interested to see if there's people with 100% of their portfolios just Quattro Cinco stakes. I would lose my damn mind if that was the case. But yeah, thank you, Mac.
Got to keep some liquid to sell when it gets a pump.
Oh yeah, like I need to dip in.
Like when Hex hits $1.
Oh man.
Or $5 a cycle. I mean, we're not financial advisors, but like, here's my thought process.
Yeah.
And I'll give you my quick thought process. Like, okay, last time there's EHEX, great products. EHEX blew up to 55, 56 cents like at a high. And that was on Ethereum. Okay. Wasn't even a dedicated chain for Hex. Hex brought a lot of transaction volume to Ethereum, brought a lot of transaction volume to Uniswap, and almost was like the reason Uniswap became big. And then they, turned their backs on us, but that's besides the point. So we have all that, people trying to hate on Hex. And now we have this other ecosystem called Pulse Chain, which doesn't have the S-load problem that Ethereum has. Any upgrade that Ethereum gets can be easily forked over to Pulse Chain. So every time that they upgrade, we're automatically upgraded. And so we have our own ecosystem, Pulse Chain, which, by the way, burns tokens through pump.tires. And you now have Hex built on Pulse Chain, forked, and it doesn't have the negative connotation of people that don't like Hex but like Ethereum, that has Ethereum but wants to raise the S-load function so that it's impossible to end stake your Hex unless you have a shit ton staked. So we now have an ecosystem built for Hex. We have a community within this ecosystem built for Hex. So if Hex doesn't meet the 55 cents that EHEX did on Ethereum its first run, in my opinion, it would be a colossal failure.
It'll be interesting.
It'd be a colossal failure. Now, if it hits 55 cents, to me, not a failure.
Let's
go. Like that's like life-changing money. But the point is, like, Pulse Chain was built to make Hex better. So that means on the charts, it also has to be better. Now, you could say, okay, what about Hex and EHEX combined? Because there is some money going to both places. And so there could be a combination of EHEX and Hex above 55 cents or to $1. Okay, fine. You want Hex and EHEX combined to $1. So 80 cents Hex, 20 cents EHEX. No one's going to complain about that.
There's going to be some good fucking numbers, man. Well, I'm super stoked to see where things are going. I like this comment that we got here from Mr. Just Live. I think he meant to say Farmer and I just dropped some copper before this drop. So there you go. Cashing out on that real life stuff and turning it into internet Ponzi coins.
But Richard Max, thank you again for the
Yes.
Quattro Cinco. What's it called? Super chat.
Yeah.
Super chat.
Why are we forgetting the word super chat? We've been doing this shit for 2.5 years now.
I know.
You think we would know what the words are called? It's good to see it. Good to see you, RH Max. Thank you so much, good sir. And also, not only do we have Hex tattoos, we've also got Hex swords that we have on stream tonight. So you guys should go and talk to Hex Sword on YouTube and get yourself a brilliant and beautiful sword that you guys?
It normally has hex logos. I'm gonna call it out because I was able to put it on and pull it out myself earlier.
Mhm.
But it has hex logos, 2 of them.
Mhm.
It has a pulse chain logo right at the top,
Let me see. Oh, there's my camera.
right at the hilt,
There's
the top of the hilt. And then if you flip that around, it has the PulseX logo on the other side. The handle right here is a Kraken, which is also a crypto exchange, and maybe he just likes Krakens.
I like Krakens a lot. I like anything.
And it's a beautiful sword.
Yeah.
So well made sword, well done, and yeah. So
Y'all should go get swords. Y'all should go get Quattro Cinco hex stakes. Y'all should go dump some copper, buy these cool assets, get these gains. Frickin' come hang out on stream. Come do the By the way, Max, I gotta fill out that thing for you, broski. I've been meaning to do that. I closed my computer before I started heading out into the wild and everything. But before we go too far, we have to do a couple more of the quick little chat shout outs. I want to bring it back to Just Live, who was talking when we were talking about the security and the privacy, everything.
Oh,
it's nobody's business. If your neighbor came to your mailbox and opened up your bank statement, then looked at it and put it back, you would be jacked. Now imagine they go on Twitter and tell everyone. Yes, this is how blockchain works right now. So privacy protocols, super duper important. And you bring up an excellent point right here, Mr. Just Live. So thank you for that, bro.
yeah, lots of good comments in the chat tonight. Thanks for the community.
Mhm.
Thanks for everybody. I don't really have much more to talk about.
I don't got much more. I got a couple more chat shoutouts, then I guess we can go ahead and start wrapping up the show. So we've also been joined by Mr. Rocket Mob, who lets us know that we are all insiders. Absolutely right, bro. It's not so much insiders, or just people that have been paying attention to stuff that we've been fortunate enough that it's made its way to our ears. So the way that you can pay that forward is you can tell other people about it. You can you can talk to them about the good things that happen in this space. You can talk to them about the tokens and the coins that you like and the reason that you love them and the gains that you make, yada, yada, yada. Not from the point of trying to extract wealth from them, but to build wealth with them. So, obviously at some point there's going to be a top to this cycle, and we don't know when it's going to be, but just keep that in mind. It's like the purpose isn't to onboard people so we can take their money. It's to onboard people so that way we can all make money together. The more people that are talking about it and speaking about the good things about it, the bigger the religion grows. So it is kind of like a religion. Bringing it back to Farmer Jay. I listen while I am dumpster diving. So yes,
he needs dinner.
Absolutely right. Everybody needs a little bit of that. Needs a little bit of that copper money, a little bit of that dinner. Mr. Crispy Man lets us know that we are talking about some crispy nuggets. Why is my mouse not working? It shows it on my phone, but it doesn't show it on my laptop. That's super awesome. And that covers it for the chat shout outs, ladies and germs. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And oh my goodness, I think my laptop is frozen right now. Oh well, no sweat. But that's all that I've got going on. Mr. Brendan, anything you want to say to tie up the show, or shall we go ahead and tell the folks where we can be found and what we got going on in the near future?
I want to say one thing before I tap the show. We have not tried our last gin. So we probably have a little taste of the last gin before we exit. This is a local gin from Florida. It's made with local Florida botanicals called Ilamorada. They also have one that's made with pea flower, but this one is quite good. It's different than the other ones you've tasted, so you'll have now tasted 3.
There we go.
Different gins here.
The Ilamorada. So there you go. I've got
now,
right
my favorite Ilamorada gin is the one that has the pea flower in it. That's like purpley color. But this one's quite good. It's a little bit more of a traditional with some nice botanicals in it. A little bit of spice, a little bit of citrus.
Okay.
So let's go with smelly smell. A little more of that juniper flavor on this one. Salute.
Salute.
Great to have you here, brother.
Thank you for hosting me. Brandon's a great host. Y'all should come hang out with him.
Smooth.
Yeah. I think that one, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that one was smoother than the other two.
That one's made with corn. It's very smooth. That one's very smooth.
Okay.
And the one with the purple downstairs that I have is even more smooth. So I probably have like 20. What you looked at my 2 liquor
Dude,
cabinets.
there's so much gin down there.
I have like 20, 25 gins in there. And actually, my maybe I probably have less right now. I'm a little bit light because I'm moving. I don't want to buy any more bottles.
Yeah.
Until I get back to
Yeah.
my
to
new
get
abode,
your
my
new
new
station.
Yeah, to my new spot set up. So
Home
I'm
is
trying to
where the
like
gin
get to
bottles
whatever I
rest.
can. Yeah. but we did open a new one today. This one had not been open.
Yep.
The Kate's lady. So
That's awesome.
Kate's showgirl.
I feel honored.
Other than that, you can find me on X at anonymous_bean. You can find me in Miami for 3 more weeks, and I can take you out for a night of your life. And let's see, you can find me in the Telegram, and you can find me on stream this coming Sunday for our flagship episode, which we are going to go through some really great stuff. So I actually saved some of my best content for what's coming up on Sunday because, I feel like Sunday's our flagship show. Although, to be honest, we had a lot of viewers tonight. A lot of people stuck around. We had some of the best chats we've had in a while.
This is awesome.
And we've had some really good Whiskey Wednesdays lately. And I just want to thank everyone. It's been a blast. Like, I don't care if it's just me. I don't care if it's me and my dog. I don't care if it's me and Will.
Yeah.
But Will and I always have a blast. So.
Yep. I really do like.
And this was one of my favorites because
this is definitely one of the better Whiskey Wednesdays, dude.
How often do I get to hang out with Will in the same place?
Fucking IRL Whiskey Wednesday,
brother. Love you, man.
Great, man. I love you too, dude.
This is what Hex and Crypto and Pulse Chain's all about.
Yep. It's all about going out and meeting people. I can't encourage you guys enough. If y'all haven't gone and done any meetups, then you need to definitely go do some meetups. So reminder for the folks at home, you guys can find Brendan at Twitter or x.com/anonymous_bean. That's where he's at. And he'll be on the Sunday show. And we'll be doing some stuff for the folks at home. If you're looking to find me, was that all you had? Okay, excellent. For the folks at home that are looking to find me, you can find all of my socials off of will.pls.fyi. Let me go ahead and again, I
will say the one thing that disappointed me on this stream is I was really hoping that Pulse Chain would hit half stack price. But it's still at 4 zeros, a 4.9, and a 4.8.
It's so close. We are oh man, we're like a cunt hair away from being half of stack price. But man, you know what? It's gonna do what it's gonna do. So you guys can find Brendan over there. You guys can find me, will.pls.fyi. And for those of you guys that are brand new to the DGen Roundtable, you can join our Telegram at t.me/DRT. Join now. You can scan that little QR code that's at the bottom of the screen, or you can click this link that I'm about to drop into the chats right now. So again, it's t.me/DRT. Join now. As far as what's going on for the channel for the near future, on Friday, we're going to be covering a book for book club. It's a very, very, very serious book. Highly educational. It is called Outwitting Squirrels, and it's about how to stop squirrels from stealing your precious seed inside of your bird feeder. So it's a fun book. We've been doing a lot of serious books lately, and so we figured we would have a fun one. I'm going to be leading that show, and it's going to be awesome.
Also, I heard from a little birdie or squirrel that this is your 69th.
This is the 69th
episode coming up.
That's correct. That's why we're
doing
a
number.
Fun book. Yep, we wanted to do something fun for episode number 69, and it was either going to be one of the book titles with fuck in it, which was Unfuck Yourself, or The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. But I couldn't let the squirrel book go, and so that's what I ultimately decided with. So book club number 69 is going to be Outwitting Squirrels, and that will be on Friday. Brendan had already said earlier, on Sunday, we do our flagship show. For those of you guys that are brand new to watching anything DGen Roundtable, you can catch us streaming here on Twitter and on YouTube, or on X and YouTube, at DGen Roundtable. We stream every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. So there you guys go. And with that, I want to thank all of you for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent Jay often says, we know that time is your most valuable asset, and we appreciate you spending that time right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Stevenson, but more importantly, you have been watching the DGen Roundtable. Mr. Producer, who is me, go ahead and get that trigger finger ready, because it's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly.